for me, I don't think the problem is that people necessarily always struggle with ideas. What I mean is, I don't think one is incapable of coming up with something creative. I think sometimes what is a problem is the starting point, where you are starting. I'll give you an example. Let's say you walk into a museum or a gallery, and naturally, what do we always find? When you walk into a museum or a gallery, on the wall, there's a description about the exhibition. And this isn't bad, it's a good thing because it contextualizes the space. It allows people to focus, just like when you see a painting and it has a title, it makes your mind focus on what this thing is about. You know, it clears out the noise, that's good. But then where this can be deceiving to especially an artist who is starting out, or anyone that wants to do something creative, is that they can allow themselves to feel intimidated. And what I mean is, you walk into that space and it feels like all of these artists know exactly what they want to say, know exactly what they want to talk about, because you have this text, because you have this title, and you have this curated idea. And no one's doing anything wrong. The trick is how we allow ourselves to consume information and think that's where we are meant to start from. So what I mean is that, for example, for me, when I started painting, or when I paint, I don't necessarily know what I want to talk about. I just have a feeling, there's an impulse, there's a great need to let something out. And I think a lot of us do. Sometimes you just feel something, or you feel frustrated, or there's a question, or there's a color, or there's a symbol, and that's what wants to come out. But we might think that's wrong. And we think it's wrong because it's like, oh, but that doesn't mean anything. And so we're trying to force, at the very start of just painting or just doing it, you're already trying to force an idea or this finished, complete concept. And I don't think that's how concepts work. I think an idea or concept comes through a combination of different things coming together that do not necessarily know what they are at first, but then become something. So I think that when museums or galleries put something on the wall, that's a very good thing, but that's potentially not where everyone started from. You know, when someone curates a show, the curator may have an idea and then is picking artists who are speaking to that theme, but the artist is not just deliberately, not every artist at least, is just working with this finished idea. So I think whenever one is struggling, or whenever you see other people who seem to be talking about something that's very formed and crystallized, do not be discouraged if you do not have that feeling. If the feeling you have is just to paint, if the feeling you have is just to sing, if the feeling you have is just to create, then you do that first, and then allow the ideas on what it is you're essentially, your body's trying to tell you, or the space is trying to tell you, then that comes. So I think it's where we start. It's the starting point. If you have the feeling, follow the impulse, and then the idea comes. Or if you have the idea already, then that's great. But yeah, don't always be intimidated by what your eyes see. Like, listen to your body. Listen to what it's telling you.